Hello everyone, my name is Greensy and I traveled from Wales to London to see Joost Klein in the O2 Forum in Kentish Town, London on the 5th of June. And it completely changed how I see the world. So here's the good, the bad, and the unity. Ah, ah, ah. You know why I keep doing this? Because he was doing this at the concert. He was like, ah, ah, ah. Basically, I'll give like a little time breakdown so you guys can skip to the part where you would like to. Obviously, some parts are more interesting, some are less. But if you are ever planning to travel to London all alone to see perhaps Joost or a different artist, I feel like this part of the video might also be useful. So I forgot the goddamn map! So from Wales, I took the 509 bus all the way to London. If you guys are not familiar with it because you are from elsewhere within the UK, that's basically the one that runs from Cardiff all the way down to London Victoria Coach Station. From there on, I took an Uber to my female only hostel. First time experience, chef's kiss. In hindsight, it would have been easier to take the tube. Now, these little maps, you can find them at all of the tube stations, as far as I'm concerned. Or you can download the app, apparently, which I haven't used. I used the map because I was thinking it might be easier. I'm a little bit of a visual learner, so for me the map was a lot easier. But honestly, if you guys go up to the clerks, they are so nice. They will explain it all for you. They know it off the top of their head. Don't be shy. Go up to them. Go and ask if you're unsure. They will always be there to help you. I was very scared to go into a hostel. I was like not fully ready. I never traveled to London all alone before, and I never ever took an accommodation all alone, let alone share it with people. So that part of it was so daunting for me. I was like, I'm either gonna get robbed or people gonna rummage through my stuff or whatever. My mind went to all the anxious thoughts that I had and went like, okay, well, here's a little dump, deal with it. But that couldn't be like further away from the truth. Basically, as soon as I walked into the hostel, picked up my key, went downstairs, there was already a lady there. We're just gonna call her Stacy. She was so sweet, so helpful. I'm very thankful for her. She even brought me a little cider, which I brought home. That was so sweet of her. She didn't have to do that, but she welcomed me and made my first ever hostel experience so nice. Now, as soon as I walked in, I was like heavy with a bag on my shoulder. I packed way too much stuff, even though it was only for like a 2 day stay, which I didn't fully stay. I came home earlier because it was raining, so I couldn't do jack shit in London. Stacy, she showed me around the dorm, showed me around where is what, how to deal with what. She also tried to give me her tube map, and I was like, you know what? No, I'm not gonna take it. I know that I can just go to a station and grab one of these, um, which I did on my way back. One of the upsides, I guess, staying in a hostel is that you can also meet Joost Klein fans. Drumroll! That's where I met my new lovely friend Gabby. Gabby, she was very familiar with London, and I was so ecstatic. I was like, I saw her walking into the room with baggy trousers and a certain look that Joost Klein fans have, including myself. I will attach a picture of me when I was on the concert so you guys know what I mean. Right here. And she had a similar look. So, out of curiosity, I was like, yo, salutations. What brings Di to London? She's just like, well, I came to a concert. And I was like, no way. What kind of concert? I in my head, I already knew just based on the look. She said Joost Klein, and I was like, I have friends now. I have friends now. I don't have to go alone. And that was like just the tip of the iceberg of how well my London trip went. I have nothing to complain about in that sense because everything went fairly smoothly, people's wise. It could have been a lot worse. It wasn't. Now, I must say, if you are ever going to Kentish Town, just be very careful with your phones, your wallets, your belongings, because there have been trying to snatch somebody's phone, not directly while we were in line, but from what I've been told from the workers that worked at the O2 is that they have seen somebody's phone get snatched while they were in line. So please, please, please be very, very careful when you line up in that area, regardless of what kind of concerts you go to, okay? If you are lucky like me, I was 2 tube stops away from the actual place, which made it so much easier to get there. Basically, all I had to do is get out of my accommodation, jump on a tube, and I was outside of the forum. Now, when me and Gabby got off, the first thing that struck me was, wow, this line is big, and wow, the people in the line are very, very diverse. I was completely baffled when I saw ages from 8 all the way to like 30 plus. Although 30 I feel like is more age appropriate compared to bringing an 8-year-old. But we will get into that a little bit later. We also had furries that were standing in line. We had gathers or lolitas, however you like to call them. We had emos, we had punks, we had mimes, the classical Joost Klein look. People had mullets, people wore like crazy stuff and their own stuff that they made. They brought the Joost Klein flag as well. And I felt so included. Even though it wasn't one collective, it felt like one big mass. I feel like that's what Joost has done so well because he just spreads love and positivity. It just shows that it doesn't matter if you're emo, it doesn't matter if you're normal or if you're a Lolita or a furry. We can still get along. We can still be nice to each other. I must admit, there was some downsides to the venue. Like, the lines were very, very long down, like, went through streets and streets. There was some mix-ups with the balcony and the downstairs area, because some people said, oh, if you're balcony, you need to go first, or if you were downstairs, no, you needed to go first. But everyone was so respectful to each other that were helping each other out. We all just wanted to get in there, and that's when it comes down to one of the cons. We waited about almost 3.5 hours outside to get in. We were like 20 minutes late going in. They didn't start a line until like the very end, and I really needed to piss. I was like, I'm gonna wee myself and I don't know where to go. So, pro tip, go to the toilet before you line up. That's my pro tip. Don't drink anything unless you really, really have to. Sip, sip, sip. Stay hydrated. Stay safe. Take care of each other. We were very, very lucky that, like, it didn't rain. Because if it would have rained, we also would have got drenched. I feel like that's partially, like, our problem because we didn't bring umbrellas as per se. If you're ever lining up in London, bring umbrellas or coats or jackets or, something that is a little bit waterproof because there is no guarantee in the UK, okay? It's like 4 seasons in one. And one thing that was annoying to the general, I had talks with people for the concert, after, during, slash when I was coming home. I even met even more friends that were there and were taking the same bus back to Wales as me. We all had a problem with the general admission. Now, when you bought the tickets, it just like threw you in either standing, seated, or the general downstairs stuff. I feel like that wasn't too fair because one of the problems was there was loads of kids. Kids should not be downstairs, in my opinion. If there's a mosh pit or something like that, they are at risk. This is not Joost's fault. I will line this out right now that this is not Joost's fault that there were 8-year-olds there, but it is the fault of the venue for selling the tickets of how they sold it. They should have thought about the fact that parents might bring their kids, you know? It's kind of like how my grandma told me not to watch South Park when I was 8, but I didn't care. I turned on the TV after she went to sleep and I still watched South Park, so. Or one of the other problems that people had is that obviously they knew that they're short, and because it was general admission, they got sent downstairs and they couldn't see anything from downstairs. You know, if you don't want to be included in the mosh and you don't want to like step on each other's toes and whatever, let's be honest, when it comes to stuff like that, it's dangerous to be at the front. Obviously, it's a lot more fun, but you gotta be careful. Big ups to the people that were running at the front, the venue guys. They were handing out water. They were constantly checking on everyone with their lights, making sure that everyone had been okay, if there's no people slipping and whatever. And thankfully, that was very, very controlled. The feedback that I had from night 2, I gotta specify that this was from night 2, not night 1. I did not attend night 1. The people from night 2 said they had no problem with the mosh pit. Everyone was friendly. Even if somebody slipped, they helped them up straight away, and there was no problems from there. And people actually made loads of friends in the mosh pit, so that was a really nice thing. I feel like this is a little bit more on Joost and his team. Everyone wanted to buy merch. By the time we lined up and got there, there was only like a couple of people in front of me, like 20 maximum, and literally half of the merch was gone. I will show you guys which merches they had at the London venue. To give you guys a general idea, I will just go on the website because it's so much easier for me to point out and describe the other shirts. So we had, I believe we didn't have the puppy one, but we did have the jailbreak bag. We also did have the media offline shirt. We had the trousers. We had the socks. I didn't see any of these jumpers. We had the Unity hats. We didn't have the jailbreak wired one. I wanted to get one of those as well as the Unity polo, but the Unity polo got sold out. Like, it wasn't even like the first 20 people in front of me. There was less than that. And we also had this very smart t-shirt. Now we also had kind of like different ones, mainly like older ones. I will try to see if I can find a picture of them, and I will just put it here. Feel free to pause and have a little look. That was one of the problems that we had. Obviously there was merch upstairs and downstairs because we were secluded, but I know that the merch sold out so fast that some people that were behind me didn't get anything, only maybe like a sock or the Unity cap. And it just made me think maybe yours could have tried to transport more or pre-order more. When it comes to merch, it's so specialized, as well as the experience that you go through, that perhaps next time we could avoid that. Obviously the jailbreak fashion also doesn't sell, like for example the Unity polo, from what I've seen. So it was kind of like, well, if I wanted that shirt, what am I gonna do? Did it just sell out? Will it come back? This is not me throwing blame at Joost, because it is fairly new. Even the jailbreak fashion is fairly new. Don't attack me, please. Don't attack me. This is just me having a little wine. I'm just passing on what other people told me. I got very lucky. I got this lovely shirt right here, which I was very, very happy about. And in fact, I was happier that I got this one instead of the Unity polo, because in a Unity polo, I would have sweated my arms off. It was very, very hot in the venue. You know, if you do go in, keep it in mind to try to cool yourself down. Take off your jacket, just sit on it, or just be careful. People have lost their merch. So I would advise that you put on your merch. It doesn't matter if you sweat into it. It's gonna be fine. You can wash it. But if you lose it, you also lose the memory of it, and the money of it. Because there's sometimes when people hand it back in, but you don't know, or people take it, or think it's theirs, but then it's not theirs, blah, 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 blah. Please be careful if you buy merch. I advise you to put it on. You're gonna look great in the pictures anyway that you're gonna take. So, you know, show off what you got. Backtracking a little bit to the people at the venue, big thank you for them. They were so sweet, they were so lovely, they were so kind. I would not have a single bad word towards them. They worked extremely hard, they took care of everyone. They made sure everyone felt safe, and I cannot stress this enough that like not enough venues put up to this standard. Thank you so much for your duty. Thank you so much for taking care of everyone. There was a lot of children. I felt very safe when it came to these people. It really showed that they do care and they do their jobs very good. Now back to my previous problem. Why are you bringing your 8-year-old kid to a Joost Klein concert? Parents, please. As a 24-year-old that was sitting up on the balcony, I was stuck in between parent and their son, parent and their daughter, parent and their son. In front of me, there was children. And all I could think of, how am I gonna sing "Suck My Dick, Bitch"? Because Joost is gonna sing it. He's going to be on there, and it's not his fault because he did specifically say that anyone under the age of 17 should have parents next to them. Oh, and I gotta mention that the balcony was chef's kiss. People were able to see Joost properly. I was able to get some videos and pictures. I did not film all the way through, okay? I'm not that type of person. If anything, I was in the middle. I was in the middle doing the fucking hacking, bro. While everyone else around me was filming. This is what I saw from the people around me. This is what I saw. And while I also took some pictures and some videos, I can tell you that I have more pictures and videos of iPad Kid than Joost. I have 37 combined pictures and videos of iPad Kid, and of Joost I have 15. But obviously I didn't want to be a dick. I wanted to be there and feel the show, and Joost does have truth in his words. If you're not living in the moment, all you're gonna remember is just a picture. You're not gonna remember what it was like or what it was about. Now, for kids, I can't blame them. This was probably their first concert. You know, you're very excited, you look up to someone and you don't realize it in a heat of the moment. And I completely get it why Joost is so frustrated, because, you know, if I held a concert, I would want you guys to remember how it was and what you guys felt, rather than just a picture and a video on the screen. Pre-show DJ iPad Kid, so fucking fun. I got so many clips of him giggling downstairs. Please cue the clip. I have to sing this because otherwise I get copyrighted. So, what's this dealer? Taking a piss, I've been standing here for 30 minutes. What's this deal? He was spamming that button like his life depended on it. And Parsa wasn't better neither. That is just a joke. They were really good. Parsa is incredibly talented. I didn't realize how talented he was until he jumped on there. There was passion behind all of them. Maybe iPad Kid was a little bit shy with it and a little bit more careful with it, whereas like you can tell that Parsa's very experienced by now, and he knows what he's fully doing, and he's very in the moment, and I love that for him. Heart and soul from these guys. If I had one message to pass on to iPad Kid, believe in yourself. We love you too. You are part of this skin family, bro. Now the performance was 10 out of 10. Beauty. I could not ask for any better. Obviously, Joost and the whole crew clearly put their passion into it. You could tell where this all led to. Everything sounded good. It was running very smoothly, or even if it wasn't running very smoothly, it seemed like it ran smoothly. So big ups for them on that part. The visuals, chef's kiss. I love the visuals. I think the visuals and the camera work from Leon. Big ups for Leon as well. I saw him jump in the crowd or try to, you know, just like get some shots, and I was like, please be careful. There was water everywhere because some people were just like throwing it instead of drinking it when it was handed out, and I was like, it only takes him like one slip and then poof, camera gone. I hope to God that doesn't happen. I was like, oh god, but he got some great shots. And as we are getting towards the end of the video, I wanna add some more of the serious notes as well. I know that I've been kind of jokish with some of this that I've been saying. Obviously, I'm trying to make the video a little bit upbeat and a little bit. I can tell that Joost cares about all of this. He has responded indirectly to Reddit posts that have been posted from night one. Obviously, he said that be consensual with whatever you do in a crowd. Please love each other. Please take care of each other. I can tell that he really cares about everyone, and he wants this to be a good experience for everyone. And you look at him and he cares. He cares, and I feel like it's so easy to judge over the internet whatever he does, and people will be jumping on the hate train. It's very important that you don't blame Yoast instantly. Some stuff should be also straightforward. I gotta admit, when I was reading the Reddit posts about the mosh pitting incidents, it's just basic etiquette that everyone should know. It's not Yoast's fault that that single individual doesn't know how to fucking control themselves, okay? Don't go blaming Yoast. Obviously, Yoast never would push for anything bad to happen to anyone. He's not that kind of person. I'm very sorry that somebody had to go through that. If we would have seen this happen, we would have jumped in. Just maybe grab somebody that's like next to you, or ask them for help. We are all a big community. We should be helping each other. We should be loving each other. And yeah. Now, on a personal note, I was always afraid to go out. I would rather stay home and miss out on things, even the good things that could have been what they should have been. But I was always afraid to take that next step. I feel like this concert was one of the best thing that very deep. This concert was one of the best things that happened to me, just because it made me realize that there is no that much bad stuff in the world. There's good people and there's loving people, and we could be this big unity. What Yost preaches for, and to I cannot tell you guys how good it felt to be able to talk to people, to share these experiences whilst I was at the concert. I remember dabbing up people when they were doing the hacking with me at the back, and I was just so happy to be in that atmosphere. And I'm so thankful, not just for Yoast's team, for the venue, and for the people that were there, and the people that were around me. I cannot tell you guys how happy and fortunate I felt after all of that. Oh, here goes my makeup. Ah. On that note, I want to encourage people to go and support Yoast, whether that's buying merch, whether that's just liking his socials so he gets the attention and everything that he deserves. Don't put yourself into a position when you cannot help yourself. Obviously prioritize yourself first, but if you can help Yoast, go and do that. I feel like, he promotes unity and positivity in between people. As I said, he takes care of people, he looks after them. His music helps people. He's authentic, he speaks from the heart, even if sometimes whatever he says is a little bit clueless or not PR trained or very out on the table. He never means it in a bad way, and you can tell this when you're standing on that concert and you look at him, and the way he speaks from the heart. He also inspires people to create and do stuff. As I said, he didn't use AI, he hired people, and he's not just helping himself, but he helps others, and he's so talented, and I feel like he is the only authentic artist that I know. He had such a unfortunate beginnings, yet he built this up. And of course, I don't know him personally. I only know what he told and what the media told me or other fans. But go support him if you can. That's all I have to say. Thank you, everyone, for watching. And as always, the answer is unity. Bye bye. Oh, I also forgot to mention, I reunited a little girl with their little plushie. I'm gonna stand outside the venue. Hopefully they come by, and if not, I'll just return it to the owner by shipping it. But thankfully the little girl got it back, and it was such a happy ending to that little story.